You know that feeling when life's gotten off course and everyone around you says you just need a plan? So you sit down with a notebook or a spreadsheet, trying to map out the perfect comeback. But instead of feeling motivated, you feel smaller. Like every box you can't fill in is proof that you're falling behind. Here's the truth that most people never admit. A big plan won't make you feel safe if you don't trust yourself yet. You don't need to see the whole path to feel on track. You just need one step that proves you're not stuck. That's it. And that tiny bit of progress, repeated, will rebuild your sense of direction faster than any 10-point life overhaul ever could. Stay with me to the end of this video, because I'll share a simple bonus tip that can help you feel grounded even when you don't have a plan at all. Welcome, I'm Jane, and this is Guts to Grace, where we talk about rebuilding a meaningful life after the plans you counted on stop working. If you're new here, I'm glad you found your way in. This channel is for people who've been doing their best to hold things together, even when it feels like everyone else is moving faster. You don't need to show up perfectly here, just honestly. We're figuring this out together, one calm, grounded step at a time. If you're ready to quiet that "I should have it figured out by now" voice, grab my free guide, The Edge of Enough. It's linked below, and it'll help you find calm again before you chase clarity. Let's talk about why the idea of a big plan feels so comforting, and why it rarely works when you're trying to find your footing again. Most of us grew up believing that stability comes from knowing what's next. School gave us syllabuses, jobs gave us deadlines, and even family life had routines. So when everything shifts, a layoff, a change you didn't choose, or just the slow fading of what used to fit, your mind searches for that old structure. It says, if I just had a plan, I'd feel okay again. But here's what really happens. The bigger and more detailed that plan becomes, the more pressure it creates. Instead of giving you direction, it reminds you how far you feel from having it all together. You spend more time trying to fix the plan than living your life. You don't have to see the whole path to start feeling on track. You just need to trust the next visible step and be willing to take it. Think about walking through fog. You can't map your entire route. You can only see the few feet in front of you. But the moment you take one step, the path ahead expands. Not all at once, but just enough. The clarity you're waiting for doesn't come before you move. It comes because you moved. Each step forward earns you a little more light. Each small piece of progress, a decision, a boundary, even a pause to breathe, reveals the next portion of your path. You don't need to fix everything. You just need to keep showing up for the part of the road that's visible today. So instead of searching for a perfect plan, what if you learned how to walk in the fog, calmly, deliberately, one step at a time? Let's break down how that works. If you'd like something to help you start that process, something gentle, not another life plan, download The Edge of Enough. It's free, and it's designed to help you find your footing again before you decide where to go next. The link's below. You don't need a 5-year plan. You need a way to stay oriented while the view is limited. Here's how to do that. When life feels uncertain, our first instinct is to zoom out, to search for the big picture. But when you can't see it, that wide lens only adds anxiety. So do the opposite. Shrink your focus. Ask, what matters in the next 24 hours? What would make tomorrow feel 2% lighter or clearer? You don't have to decide the rest yet. The horizon will widen once you start walking toward it. When plans collapse, rhythm disappears. Create one gentle anchor, something small and repeatable that tells your brain, I'm still here, still showing up. It could be a morning walk, a cup of coffee before screens, a 5-minute journal check-in. Routine is how you remind your nervous system that life continues even when the map has changed. Pressure asks, what should I be doing by now? Proof asks, what's already working? And can I build from that? The fastest way to feel direction again is to notice the small things that are already holding steady. Relationships that still feel safe. Work you still enjoy. Moments that still spark curiosity. Expand those, even slightly. That's progress you can feel. Fog doesn't lift on command. It thins as light changes. The same is true for uncertainty. You can't force clarity by thinking harder. You let it arrive by moving consistently. Your job isn't to chase control. It's to keep enough faith in yourself to take the next visible step. Then pause long enough to notice what new ground you can see. And if you're wondering what that looks like in real life, I want to share a story about the moment I finally stopped chasing the perfect plan and started trusting the next step instead. A few years ago, I hit a stretch of life where everything familiar stopped working. The plan I'd built, the job, the goals, the routine that made sense for years, suddenly didn't fit. And because I didn't have a new plan to replace it, I felt lost. Not just directionless, but almost invisible. So I did what most of us do when we feel untethered. I tried to design my way out of it. I opened spreadsheets, lists, timelines, trying to sketch a version of control. Every cell I filled in made me feel productive, for a moment, until the emptiness between those boxes started to echo. The truth was, I didn't know what came next. And the more I tried to plan my way out of the fog, the thicker it seemed to get. One morning, I gave up on fixing the whole map. Instead, I asked one question. What's one thing I can do today that would help me feel like myself again? The answer surprised me. It wasn't a job search or a new system. It was a 10-minute walk. No phone, no music, just movement. Something shifted on that walk. The air was cold, but the act of moving, even aimlessly, reminded me I wasn't stuck. The next day, I did it again. Then I started writing one paragraph in a notebook afterward, not to make a plan, but to notice what was true in that moment. Within a few weeks, the fog started to thin. I didn't find a master plan. I found a rhythm. And from that rhythm came ideas, small ones at first, a conversation to follow up on, a project that felt alive again. Each step gave enough light for the next. That's how rebuilding really begins. Not with a blueprint, but with proof that you can move, think, and choose again. So if you're standing in that fog right now, holding your half-finished plans, maybe the work isn't to fix the map. Maybe it's to listen to what still feels alive inside you, and let that be the step that shows you the next one. You don't need to see the whole picture to start feeling whole again. Just find one steady thing that reminds you you're still here. One small step, one quiet truth, one breath of light in the fog. Keep walking toward that. The rest will come into focus when it's meant to. Now for the bonus tip that I promised. When everything feels uncertain, give yourself one small anchor each day. Just 10 minutes to check in instead of check out. Set a timer, close your eyes, step away from your screen, and ask yourself 2 questions. What feels steady today? And what deserves a small step of my attention next? No lists, no pressure, just awareness. That 10-minute pause rewires your brain to notice stability instead of chaos. It's a reset you can use anywhere, anytime, without a plan. You don't have to be certain to make progress. You just have to be willing to move and trust that clarity will meet you partway. If this helped you breathe a little easier today, let me know in the comments. What's one step that helps you feel grounded when life's uncertain? And if you know someone who's stuck in the fog right now, share this with them. It might be the nudge they need. This is Jane from Guts to Grace. Thanks for spending time with me. I love knowing that we're figuring this out together, step by step, reminding you that every step takes guts, and every journey is sustained by grace. I'll see you in the next video.